So I'm making this pre-intro to the normal intro just to tell you, don't bother wasting your time in comments saying, what's it got to do with you? Why do you want to know where money's gone? All that, I don't want to know, right? So don't bother wasting your time. I'll probably tick it anyway, you know what I mean? I like to respond, but yeah, I'm being honest here. All I'm doing is making content, but I'm doing it factually. And I'm just trying to find how deep down this rabbit hole, how deep it goes. Robbie T. Just so you know, I'm not here to try and catch anybody out. I'm just trying to get to the truth of this situation. And as you can see, I've downloaded, all Paddy's content. You're going to see that a lot's been deleted. I've downloaded all Sherry's content. I've downloaded all Scotty G's content. And you can see I've downloaded comments on on Paddy's and Sherry's. And you're going to see a lot's been deleted. But why I'm doing this is, look, I'm not out to dig anybody out. I'm just out to get to the bottom on it. I'm making a documentary about it, and this is conclusion. And the conclusion is there's been a lot of misinformation. There's been a lot of disinformation. There's been guys like Ratpull that's just called it a scam from the beginning. And I'm going to explain to you how a scam works and whether or not I believe this was a scam. But I will say there's been, with this disinformation and nonsensical information, and the lack of transparency about the funds and the donations in cash and everything else that's not being said. If anybody's profited from this, if anybody's misused that money what helped because people felt sorry for Scotty, then all I'm going to say is, hold your fucking hands up. If you've got goods now that you shouldn't have, that you got because it were meant to go to Scotty or to help Scotty, i.e. what's in some of these community posts, then if you've got any moral standing whatsoever, right, and you've got something out in this, then surely you should not get back to that twat because he's fucked all this up. The value or whatever you've made out in this should go to a real homeless charity that's going to look after people over Christmas. Right? And if you don't, I don't care. But I'm going to make sure that people know what's going off. Wee-hoo-hoo-hoo. Wee-hoo-hoo-hoo. Karma Corner coming in your ears. Rightio, here we go. Let's get on with the show. What's today's show is Karma. Well, I was going to start doing the conclusion of the second chance for that farm. And I was going to try and be as unbiased as I could, get all information together and show you it all. Show you who's profited. Show you who's made out, aren't it? Show you who's lost money, aren't it? Show you all facts. But guess what? The big clean-up has started. So these are all the community posts that's on Sheriff's channel and Paddy's channel. And Sheriff, granted, has left a lot of stuff up. But Paddy's been cleaning house. Seriously cleaning house. And what do I mean by cleaning house? Well, so what I did before I was going to put it to him and ask him, excuse me, politely, give me email address, and can they say where all these stuff and all this equipment and all this money that's been spent, where it's been spent, and if they've got any receipts. If they want to, so totally up to them. I'm going to make this conclusion video anyway, but if you look at Paddy's video here, channel here, it's got hundreds and hundreds of videos. But then when I've gone to download his channel, there's hardly any videos there. So I'm thinking, well, with all these, because it takes a while for YouTube to process how many videos on your channel once you put them on private or you delete them. And it turns out there's not that many videos left. And there's the very limited videos of Scotty from the recent ending where Paddy were going in on him. All rest gone. All live videos with him, gone. All live videos about him, gone. All live videos about how much we're getting spent, who were putting money in, who were buying things for him, all gone. Same with community posts, all gone. Everything's gone. Gone, the lot. So how can I now try and do an unbiased video and say, oh well, these certain people sent this person sent this, so it wasn't a scam. See, this is what Ratpull should have done. Instead of just going on saying it's a scam, it's a scam. What you've got to do with a scam, there's always going to be victims with a scam. If there's going to be money going missing, you've got to let it go missing, and then you've got to chase it. And if you look at the very few community posts that's left, it makes no sense. So, right, let's look at it this way. If money's being spent on certain things for Scotty to get better, and now these certain things that were spent on Scotty to get better, then who's keeping that? Who's keeping them things? Who's going to benefit from all the rucksacks, all this shit, phones, and and sadly, Sheriff, them receipts you put up, there's 3 on them for a phone. They're all same Meccat phone. Them 2 that you're going to see in one receipt, and then that 3rd receipt, it's same Mec. I'm really now starting to question where all this money's gone. And people are going to say, well, they did try, and it don't matter. If the money wasn't spent for what it was said to be, it's fucking fraud. That's it. If they said, well, what we're going to do is we're going to raise money, but we're going to spend some money on different stuff, and we might take a bit out of it, we might have a little tickle. And I can't now see, all these, Paddy put up community posts with money in envelope that people were sending. They've gone. Paddy put up a load of photos of gifts that come to shed. They've all gone. It looks to me like there's a cover-up now. They're covering up what's happened, and where all money's gone. And there's one thing that he can't cover up unless he shuts his buy me a coffee thing down. Because he got over £500 in buy me a coffees while Scotty was here. Look, I'm not digging him out. I'm not going against him. I'm not for him. I'm not paid by Humble. I'm not paid by Freeman. I'm not paid by nobody. I come on here and I try to make content. And I try to fucking bring a bit of sanity to this madness, what's called this corner of YouTube. But moving on, from when I put this up last time, this GoFundMe was still taking money, but now it's been stopped. Brilliant. See, and I think Sheriff will take this in the way I'm meaning it. That we just want to, we all want to know what's happened. We all want to come to a conclusion. We all want to know that the money's gone somewhere. And if it's gone somewhere, where is it now? And if you've got goods that you've got due to the money that you got, then don't you think any moral person would then think, right, I shouldn't really have benefited from this situation. I never said in the beginning that I wanted to get paid out on this. I was doing it for the good of this person. So if you've got any goods or any money that has been given to you, or given to you through the GoFundMe, and then you've used it for things that he's not going to be using anymore, don't you think you need to look inside yourself and think, right, I think I need to just tell everybody, look, I got this, I'm going to give money to a charity. But I know what Paddy's response will be. Paddy's an hammer, and he sees everybody as a nail. And if any of them nails pop the fucking head up, he whacks them. He's like a whack-a-mole machine. He'll take this as a personal attack on him, because that's what he always does. That's why I try not to be involved with all to do with Paddy. But I'm trying to come to a conclusion on this, because I've made 5 fucking episodes on it, and I've put time and effort into it, that I want to come to an ending on it. And the ending we're going to be, it didn't work out. But then I started looking into GoFundMe, and now videos have been deleted. I've done a video earlier on in this segment, which I'll find out, which shows loads of videos about Scotty in Paddy's channel where they've gone. Now they've disappeared. They've all disappeared. And just to be fair, not all these Go Buy Me a Coffees would not have been given to Paddy anyway. But there's lots of people that's given Buy Me a Coffee, and his mods were putting the link when he were in videos with Scotty. Help Scotty, buy Paddy a coffee. Is it really any of my business? I know that's what you're going to ask. I'm making a documentary on it, of the tales of how bad things can go, or how bad things could have gone, and how people with the best intention can end up making the worst results. Because if an addict does not want to get clean, an addict will not get clean. So when all that was saying there's no beds for him, there's no funding, the system will have checks to do, checks and balances, before they give up a bed for anybody. And Scotty will have failed that system. So Paddy took him in. But then, this is how it happens, right? I'll tell you about fraud. It don't start big. It don't start with tens of thousands of pounds. It starts with £1 here, £1 there, £2 here, £2 there. And then you just get used to it, and you take more and more. I'll tell you one day about some of the frauds I've done, shall I? Hey? But I've never defrauded a person. The only things I've ever defrauded of banks and financial institutions. And back in the day before credit reference agencies, credit cards were brilliant. You get a credit card for £1,000, you top it up, you get another credit card from another bank, you get a balance transfer, so then you get £2,000 on that one. And then you get £3,000 on the next one. You get £4,000 on the next one. You get £5,000 on the next one. Best I ever got was 20 grand. Hey!